Welcome to Colts Law. I'm Lawrence Owen, and it's Wednesday. What does Wednesday mean? That means all 22 film room breakdowns. I had a vote to all my guys out there on my stream last night, my podcast. If you want to get on these streams, man, you got to join my podcast. I announce them on Twitter. You can come check me out. Colts_law on Twitter. I announce everything there on when and where I'll be there. When I do my podcast streams, I put a vote to my live viewers. What's my film room going to be about? It doesn't have to be just about Indianapolis Colts. It could be about multiple things. Anything NFL, I'll do a film room breakdown on. Today, the vote was Indianapolis Colts wide receiver Michael Pittman Jr. That's right. The rookie out there, man, he's missed a few weeks due to a calf injury in which he had a couple surgeries on. He came back against the Lions game, had a few plays there, and then he played a lot of snaps against the Ravens this past Sunday. So, how good has Michael Pittman Jr. done in transitioning from college to the NFL? Well, there's a lot of things you can look at. So let's get to looking at them, shall we? Sounds like a great idea to me. All right, as we start to look at Michael Pittman Jr.'s game, I'm going to tell you what. So far for the Indianapolis Colts, he has done an absolute outstanding job, and it's just not his route running, catching ability, and breaking tackles. It's the fact that he is a three-down back. He's somebody you could put on the field when you know for a fact you're about to run the damn football. Why? Because he can block. Right here, we have Michael Pittman Jr. at the very bottom of the screen, and you know who's on him this entire game? Marcus Peters. Now, what we're going to see here is we're going to see a run right out here to this side by DeMichael Harris. And what the most important block of this whole thing is on Peters, because he's got to be able, Pittman's got to make sure that Peters can't get past him and make the tackle. So let's watch this and see what happens. There goes Harris, little handoff, swing. Oh, look at that is okay. So Peters ends up making the tackle, right? But that's okay, because once he gets past him, if you watch, once he gets past, there's nothing that Pittman can do. All Pittman can do is run up right now. You see how he sets it? He sets it right here. He knows that the run's going to come behind him, not on this side. So he is between him and the runner. Beautifully done. Sets his body up. You see the knees. He is not letting Peters get past him. And once the runner gets past him, whoop-de-freaking-do, that's no big deal. He should be able to sprint. Watch, this right here is the tackle. This right here is what you need to watch. Right here. This block. He should have stayed right on the block. Didn't have to worry about going outside. That's the problem. Trey Burton hurt this whole scheme right here. This would have been a touchdown if Trey Burton had just ran straight at this guy, right at the safety, because no one would have caught Harris. No one would have caught Harris. He just went right between them. Pittman had no problem holding off Marcus Peters. Trey Burton really kind of did not close the deal fast enough. He needed to run straight up to him. He took the wrong edge. DeMichael does everything he can. Nice spin move by him. But because of the spin move, it gave Peters a chance to come back and make the tackle. That's not on Pittman. Pittman did everything he could there to stop. He shouldn't have had to run back to stop that block. This should have been a touchdown. But for the simple fact that Trey Burton took the wrong angle of block. Had that been somebody else, this would have been a touchdown. Either way, that was a great job by Michael Pittman Jr. Now, why is Trey Burton on these a lot? Well, Jack Doyle got a concussion earlier in the game. So Trey Burton is out here blocking rather than Jack Doyle, and that makes a big deal because Trey Burton's not the best blocker in on the Colts by far. Rather have Mo Alley Cox and Jack Doyle out there. But here you got a weird formation, right? You got a wide receiver to the quarterback's right and Trey Burton a tight end to the quarterback's left. Way out here, look at that. Pittman, Peters, right? Now, this is another lead block. It's a swing pass out to Michael Harris. And Pittman's job is to make sure that Peters cannot get in on the play. Let's watch this play. There's a snap, quick out. Oh, somebody got took for a ride. Oh, my goodness. All right, so let's watch it over here on this angle because it's a much better angle. I love this angle for this play. You don't see Michael Pittman early in the thing, but there it is. Okay, so on the play, as he throws the football, you can see Michael Pittman Jr. ran straight at Peters. He's right here. He ran straight at him. He's a good 7-8 yards downfield past the line of scrimmage and is waiting to put hands on. He's just waiting for Peters to turn around and realize that this is a swing pass. He catches right up, bam. Okay, you don't even see the sideline right here, right? There is no sideline. You got more than 10 yards between him and the sideline. Pittman, good upper body using that stiff. This is right here. This is what an offensive lineman would look like setting for a power rush. And he does it perfectly. I want to know, is Pittman taking lessons from Quentin Nelson on how to run block? Because this is ridiculous. Watch what he does to Marcus Peters on this play. He just walks him all the way to the sideline. All the way. Now, this is in the fourth quarter, and the Colts are just trying to get a first down, just trying to get out of bounds, get a few little extra yards because it's late in the fourth quarter and they're down. But Peters is trying to get past. All Peters has to do is get through here. But Pittman's got such good leverage on Peters that he just walks him backwards. Keeps walking him. Walk, 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 walk. My goodness. What a block by Michael Pittman Jr. against one of the better corners in the NFL. Wow. Well, now it's time to see what he could do in the passing game. What do you think? You're still here? Awesome. Thanks for watching this stream. Please, if you have a moment of your time, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so you're notified next time I go live. And if you got a few extra seconds, hit that description down there below the video and check out all the places that you can follow me, whether it be Sportscaster here on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and there's a couple places where you can help donate to my channel. That way I can continue to bring all this content to you. Thank you for your support. Now, let's get back to the video. Now, I'm not a guy that's going to complain about referee calls all the time, but there was a couple really bad missed calls in this game on Michael Pittman Jr. because he was just completely dominating the guy who was covering so badly that some things really the defense had to do something. And on this one, it happens right in front of the sideline judge. And it's the play where Jack Doyle gets a concussion in this game. It's in the second quarter, right before half. And quite frankly, this should have been a first down. This should have been an automatic first down, but let's watch the play. Pittman's right here. Watch Pittman the whole way. Cuts around, supposed to be a drag route, gets around what the hell? Dude. There's Jack Doyle laying on the ground, completely concussed right now. That's sad. But give me a break. You watch Michael Pittman cut through here. This is here. He good takeoff. He comes across right behind the other, right between those two defenders. Now, at this point, he's going to run right in front of this defender to try to get some separation. The defender sees this. And what does the defender do? He's got separation. Look at it. He shoves him to the ground. Right here's the referee. How did he not see him shove him to the ground? That's all day. Illegal contact. Heck, that could have been a personal foul. And yet the referee didn't see it? I'm just curious. What in the world, my guy? How do you not see something like that? Right after this play, the Colts had to kick a stinking field goal and go up by 3. All right, so now we have another play in a very key moment of the game, which should have been a penalty. This is the air quote interception that happened by Marcus Peters. That shouldn't even been an interception. No one but Ravens fans will say it was an interception, and most Ravens fans will go, I don't know. All right, even Marcus Peters afterwards said he didn't think that was an interception. But up here you got Michael Pittman Jr. versus Jimmy Smith out here on an island. Jimmy Smith, pretty tall guy, about 210 also, but Michael Pittman's just too physical for him. He's playing man press coverage against Michael Pittman Jr., and they're about to hand fight. His job is to try to keep him up here with his hands by pushing him off. Michael Pittman wins this hand fight, and you could tell that Smith gets frustrated and does something he should not do. And if you look right up here, there is the sideline judge. Now, this happens right about in here. So let's watch the play. Watch it, right? What? Can you tell me what just happened? All right. So it was good hand fighting by both guys up front. I have no problem with hand fighting. None. Watch this white glove of Jimmy Smith's on his left hand, where it's at. Watch. You see that? It's right there on the face mask. Right on the side of the face mask. And then he yanks down, using the side of the face mask and helmet to throw Michael Pittman to the ground by his face mask. How is that not a penalty? There was so much going on about this interception right here. The fact that Marcus Peters, whether or not Marcus Peters got that interception, that it did not, no one paid attention to over here. Even the guy who's supposed to be paying attention did not stop and see him grab him by the side of the face mask and yank him to the ground. What? My goodness, what is wrong with NFL officiating? Again, this is a big play, a turning point play in this game. The first one was right before the half where the Colts had to kick a field goal and only go up 3 at halftime, where they could have just gotten a first down and continued to march down and maybe get a touchdown and go up by 7. And then on this play was a turnover that shouldn't have been a turnover in the first place, but because of the yank on Pittman right here on his face, this should have been 15 yards and a first down. That's a personal foul, my guy. Come on. But instead, what is it? Turnover. Michael Pittman got robbed a couple times on this so far. Now let's actually see how he's good when the play is not based off of bad officiating. All right, now you got this play here where it's going to be a simple, here's Michael Pittman right here in the middle between the two receivers. He's going to make a nice little in cut here. And let's watch the play, and then I'll break down a little bit of what I think he could have done a little bit better, I think. Let's watch the play. All right. He takes the snap. He takes off, runs, cuts inside, catch, goes down. That's 13 yards. That's first down. 13 yards for Michael. Now, the thing is, if we watch this in slow motion, you're watching, just as the cornerback turned his hips, he begins his break inside. Watch. There he turns his hips, and then he starts his inside cut. But he goes a little too wide on that cut. I feel like that's a 5-yard. He starts his turn at the 50. And his turn ends up at the 45. I feel as though on this play, even though it's good, the reason why he's taking a wide turn is to keep his speed. All right. The tighter the turn you make, the slower you're going to end up going, the more speed you lose on the turn. Like right there at the 50, had he planted his left foot and cut and only went a yard or two further on the cut, he would have lost a ton of speed. But the corner had already turned his hips. Which means it would have took him more effort to reassert himself and come back. Because if you look, the cornerback, seeing him coming, he's trying to get back to him, but had a hard time. Had he shot that left foot right here at the 50-yard line and cut over so he was at the 48, he would have been able to catch the ball. It would have still been a first down. And the cornerback would have been back here. He would have had more opportunity to run downfield. I feel as though that's what could have happened. But, and only because he did that right as the cornerback turned his hips. Now, had the cornerback not turned his hips yet, that's when you make the wide turn. But he had just turned his hips. That's when he should have planted and went in. That's just my thought, okay? Now, Rivers is already throwing this football. He sees it. He knows. He's going straight across here to Pittman. And I honestly believe had he planted and went over here, he would have been in the same spot, basically, 3 yards further, wouldn't have had to have slowed down. You see how he had to kind of slow down to catch that football? He would, had he planted his foot, he would have already been slowed and got more separation from the corner, because the corner would have, like I said, had to reset himself back here. And then he would have been on the already uptick of speeding up when he caught the football to run. He would have got more yards after the catch rather than be tackled immediately after the catch. That's just something that he has to work on instantaneous decision making during his routes when he makes his breaks. That's all it is. That's just a little bit of coaching. He's a rookie, still learning the NFL, still learning a lot of the things. Either way, this was an amazing job of making the catch and keeping the catch as he was getting hit, basically. So good job on Pittman on this catch. If there is one thing that I can applaud Michael Pittman Jr. about his route running, is his ability to sell going deep and then stabbing his feet to stop. He is so good at that, to stop his forward momentum and to turn around on a curl route. It is a thing of beauty. Let's watch this play. He's right here. All right, right here on the outside, all the way out on the right side. Let's watch the play. Well, as Trey Burton comes in, now Pittman's on the outside. Watch. Oh, my goodness. What a play. And then he curls back in. That's just freaking beautiful, man. That's beautiful. Watch how he digs in. You got some separation here, right? He digs in. Look at those big, long, powerful strides. Looks like and then all of a sudden, jab, 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 jab with those little feet right there, to turn around, catch the football. And as he catches it, look how instantaneously cuts inside. You don't get any better than that. That is a perfect curl route. That is a perfect route. Perfect. And the fact that he just bam, 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 bam with those feet to stop and turn around. This is all timing. This is 100. Because see, before he even turns around, Rivers already released this football. This is a timing route, 100%. And the way Pittman ran it was perfect because he gets around, he's got 3-4 yards of separation between him and the guy covering him. 3 or 4 yards of separation. Catches the football, then instantaneously bursts. As soon as he has the football, he bursts. He secured it. He caught it with both hands. He bursts, curls inside. That corner is not catching him. This boy right here is going to have to make this tackle. And he does. And yeah, right here, he comes in, gets him. Bam. Okay, so he maybe got his feet. Either way, that's a first down. That is a first down because of great route running, great ability to sell the go route, and then using that jabbing motion of his feet to slow down. And you can't just plant your foot and stop on a dime when you're selling a go route because you're moving too fast. But you can use your feet with 3 quick jabs to basically stop from a full sprint to a dead stop inside 2 yards. And he does that as good as any receiver in the NFL. Here's a play that absolutely exemplifies what Michael Pittman Jr. can do in situational football. This is a simple post route. He's supposed to go this way, then this way, right? Just come up here and then head towards the post. Very simple route. But as the play develops and he makes his cut towards the post and looks back, he realizes Rivers is in trouble. Let's watch the play. All right, he takes off. There's the post. Rivers is in trouble. He's running. Oh, there goes. Pittman goes. Man, wow. That's pretty. That was pretty. And that's great situational awareness for him to run this post route. Then as he turns and looks and sees, oh crap, Rivers is running for his life, he immediately goes for an open area towards the direction where Rivers is at, to give him an open, easy target to throw to. Pittman comes back, catches the football, goes down, first down, big 18-yard play. Man, that play right there, Rivers owes him a hot dog or a cheeseburger or something because Michael Pittman Jr. bailed Phillip Rivers out on this play. Bailed him out because he should have been continue going this way. He saw what Rivers and took it upon himself to find that open spot in the field. Bam. Great play by Michael Pittman Jr. Rivers, buy that man a Hardee's cheeseburger or something. Come on. All right. So here's a play where it's near the end of the game. The Colts are driving, trying to get a touchdown. And it's a simple rub route between Zach Pascal right here and Michael Pittman. Pascal's going to run this way. Pittman's going to come inside on a little drag, hoping that one of these two defenders rubs off on each other, and then Rivers can figure out which guy to throw to. Rivers chooses the wrong guy because Pascal falls down after colliding with people, and Michael Pittman Jr. legitimately could have had a monster play, if not a touchdown. Let's watch the play. There they go. He cuts in. You do see what I see, right? All right, isn't it nice? The problem here is that Pascal takes too long to get off the line. Now, this is bump and run coverage. on Zach Pascal. Little bit of off coverage on Michael Pittman Jr. And this plays out perfectly. As this happens, it plays out perfectly because there is a lot of colliding. And Pittman Jr. does an amazing job to stay out of the wreckage. See, here we go. There's all the hand fighting. There's Pittman. He's running up. Oh, he sees him. He cuts back in, pauses. Now, let's go back just a hair. Right here. You see, he has not thrown the football yet. He's getting ready to wind up, but there was massive collision here, and Pascal's going down. And he knows that Pittman is coming right around through here on this drag route. Do you see anyone? I mean anyone over here. No one. All he had to do was just adjust and throw a little lob out here and let Pittman run under it and catch at full speed. The safety might not have been able to get to him. He would have had to have taken the right angle, and who knows one-on-one what would have happened, because Pittman wide open. And Rivers just chose the wrong guy to throw it to. I mean, right here, as he throws the football, if he'd have caught that, if he'd have threw the football over here and he would have caught that over here, what are the odds he makes all at least to the 40? And a pretty good possible. I mean, he runs a decent speed. You know, he's not super fast, but he's got a little bit of speed to him. And against the safety, he might have a shot. I mean, he's 6'4", 220. He might be able to stiff arm the safety down. Who knows? Either way, this is definitely a play that should have went to Michael Pittman Jr. after that collision. Rivers should have just held onto the ball for like a split second. I mean, maybe a quarter second at the most longer to see who's open, who wasn't, and throw the football to the open guy. Because this would have been the biggest play of the day had he hit it. Without any question at all. Now, as you can see, Michael Pittman Jr. has got a lot of really good things going for him right now. And he's a rookie and missed like a month's worth of games. So he's only had like 4 games under his belt, and he's already playing incredibly well. He's already one of the team's better run blockers when it comes to the outside. Plus, he knows how to look for situational football, look back, look for if Rivers needs help. You can tell that he does a very good job of keeping his balance. He's got great hands, and he knows how to use his body, keep his hands out in front of him so that the ball doesn't hit his body for an incompletion, the ball bouncing off his pads, things like that. Michael Pittman Jr. is going to be a very good receiver. Does he have the elite speed that it takes in order to just get breakaway deep down the field? Generally not. But he can use that good speed and very good route running in order to get himself open for big plays, as you've seen. I can't wait for the next film room breakdown. Please, if you're watching this here on Sportscaster and I don't see your name down here in the live chat, like Skull Matt, who gave me a follow. Thank you, Skull Matt. Steph Lover, 2983, and Ames 22. I got 30 plus people watching live. If I didn't name you off, that means you don't have a profile. Please spend 15, 20 seconds. Go right up here, make a quick profile. You can link it to your Twitter, your Facebook, an email, whatever. Give me a follow. That way you're notified next time I go live. I do these exclusively on Sportscaster for Sportscaster every Wednesday. Every Wednesday. And on my podcast, yeah, I take the votes to find out what I'm doing. Colts, NFL, doesn't matter. Whatever it is, if it's NFL related, I'll do that for you. Now, Don't forget to check out my other boys on Sportscaster News, Joe Nubo, Ray Rao, Adam Armbrecht, Keith McPherson. Give them a follow. Please smash that like button. Give me a follow. Share this to your social media to let other people know about the stream that you just watched and enjoyed. And until next time, as usual, I'm Lawrence Owen with my Film Room Breakdown weekly here on Sportscaster. Yeah. Have a good one.
Just because a player's not a household name doesn't mean we can't make him a household name.